You're listening to Episode 4 of the Jefferson County Development Authority podcast, where business feels at home, with host Ryan Snyder and special guest Heather Morgan McIntyre of the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce.
All right, so I want to welcome all of our listeners to this episode of the JCDA's podcast, where business feels at home. My name is Ryan Snyder. I'm the Agriculture Development Coordinator here with the JCDA. And I am joined by the Executive Director of the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, and I will turn it over to her to let her introduce herself.
Well, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be here. My name is Heather Morgan McIntyre, and I am the Executive Director of the Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce.
Well, thank you for joining us. We look forward to this conversation we're going to have here. We're going to talk a little bit today about our entrepreneurship initiative, Jumpstart Jefferson. Jumpstart is an educational series coupled with a business pitch contest for entrepreneurs looking to either start a business or expand their business here in Jefferson County, West Virginia. Participants in the program will learn through a 6-part educational series about the ins and outs of business planning, credit, business structure, any marketing resources for businesses, and then they will pitch their business idea in front of a live panel of judges for the chance to win a $5,000 grant reimbursement prize, as well as some social media and advertisement packages from other sponsors. And perhaps one of the most exciting prizes is a 1-year membership in the Chamber of Commerce here. So we wanted to ask, why did the Chamber decide to support Jumpstart Jefferson?
Well, I will say that the minute I heard about the idea, I was very excited. I think it's wonderful to be able to promote entrepreneurs, to help them with their business to start or to expand. And when I heard about it, I thought, the Chamber definitely needs to be a part of that. And what better way is to offer a 1-year free membership to our Chamber to be able to come to Chamber events, to meet other businesses, other Chamber members, to find out how they run their business, but also to network and to get to know their business and help promote them.
Yeah, I think a network is one of the strongest things that a small business owner can use in their pocket as far as learning new ideas or even potentially getting new clients for whatever it is that they're doing. And that was kind of some of the idea with Jumpstart. We hope to build a strong cohort of these 15 participants that we're going to have for this round of Jumpstart and have them support each other through, the business planning process and things like that. Aside from that kind of network of support, how else do you feel that this Jumpstart Jefferson entrepreneurship program will help enhance small businesses in our area?
Well, I think just by the knowledge and the tools in the toolbox that they'll be given, if they have this great idea that they want to start a business, sometimes it looks like it's going to be a great business, but then you start thinking, well, have you thought about doing this? Have you thought about that? And how are you going to fund yourself? And your savings is going to run out at some point in time. Or to have a small business that's already established and have gone through a year and thinking, oh, dear goodness, maybe this is not the business for me, but maybe there's some help along the way. I think it takes a village to help everybody nowadays. Nobody can be on an island by themselves. They have to have help. That's where the Chamber helps. We have a great partnership with the Development Authority as well, that we kind of help businesses both coming into the area, but then also once they're here to try to keep them engaged and to network. And you're right, networking is one of the biggest things. We have definitely different opportunities through mixers and through membership meetings, and many times people will sit across from the table from each other and will exchange business cards, and who knows, maybe not that day, but 2 days later, a week later, a month later, think, I have this business card, I'm going to reach out to them. And then that is networking, and then that helps each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we certainly appreciate our relationship with the Chamber. The Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce has largely been throughout the history of Jefferson County kind of the boots on the ground for small business, if you will, and have always been there for that kind of small business support that folks have needed. The Development Authority is starting to look at small business and see how important small business is in the realm of economic development.
Well, let me say, I will say that in the past, what used to be was that the Development Authority their mission was to bring businesses into the area from outside the area. Mm-hmm. Now, you all are focusing on not only that, but also the businesses that are here and the small businesses that are in this area that want to start a business. When we get a phone call that someone has this great idea to manufacture this widget, we will defer them to the Development Authority so that you have the resources to say, well, you need to contact this person and that person. The most that we can say is, have you gotten your business license with the Secretary of State? And then we go from there and say, call the Development Authority, and they can help you with location, filling out any other forms, and things like that. So I think the Development Authority is expanding to help businesses that are here and not looking for the big corporations, but also helping with the small person, because they do matter, and they are definitely ones that could be struggling the most because they don't have the big corporate money behind them.
Absolutely.
They are taking their savings, their whatever, to try to start this business on a wing and a prayer to see if it's going to work or not.
Yeah, absolutely. You look over the past 100 years of what economic development has been and what it is now, and it's vastly different.
Yes.
Economic development's a changing world, and we're seeing now that what matters to businesses, both big and small alike, anymore is quality of place. And where you live and where you do business has just as big of an impact on a company as the tax breaks that you might be able to offer, or the incentives for bringing your business here, or any assistance with workforce. A lot of times now, folks are looking at, was this a place that my family will enjoy being here? Is this a place that there's enough stuff to do? The Chamber of Commerce is involved in all aspects, especially when a lot of chamber members are a lot of these businesses and places that people will go to for, a restaurant, go somewhere to have a bite to eat, or some outdoor recreation or some recreational opportunities. And the chamber encompasses more than just that. I don't want to sell you guys short, because you have an exhaustive membership, and it's the same large and small businesses alike. We're excited to see that the chamber is able to provide these resources and opportunities to small businesses and large businesses as well. Once they're located in Jefferson County and are able to get going here, we're glad to work hand in hand with you guys.
Right. So that's where I think the Development Authority will bring in businesses, and then once they're here, then you pass them off to us so that we can help them engage in other businesses and other ideas as well. So I think it's a great way to partnership. And I know it used to be that tourism was not economic development, but because in the Eastern Panhandle and because of our tourism, that we have so many different activities for people to do, I think it's definitely part of the economic development system as well now too.
Yeah, absolutely. You can look at economic development in a variety of ways, but anytime money is exchanged for something, it makes an impact on the economy. And
that's right.
And tourism, bringing folks to an area to check out the wonderful natural beauty that we have here in Jefferson County, is a huge part of the economy and even economic development, because somebody comes here to enjoy, an outdoor recreation activity, whether it's whitewater rafting on the Shenandoah River, or some tours in Harper's Ferry and the history that we have here, or even touring, some of these quaint small towns that we have, like Charlestown, Shepherdstown, or the city of Ranson. People come here and check this stuff out, but they're also, they also might stop at a shop somewhere, or they're gonna, get a glass of coffee, or cold drink along the way, and all of those dollars add up.
And I do think too, because we are in the Eastern Panhandle and where we're positioned, that we are close to Virginia and Maryland and Washington, D.C., only an hour away, that you can bring your family, live here, and enjoy the quality of life here through parks and recreation, has great activities for their children and other things. School systems, people always are looking now, I think, for quality of life, especially after going through that awful thing called COVID, that I think people look twice at, am I still going to drive to the city for an hour every day, or 2 hours every day to spend away from my family, or am I going to be able to stay here, work here, and play here as well? So I think Jefferson County has that great opportunity of having a great reputation for being able to work and play and live here, and the quality of life is great.
We touched on it a little bit, but I think I want to get it point blank. I wanted to ask you, why do you think small business is important to the success of Jefferson County?
Well, I think all businesses are important. But again, I think the small business who has really risking everything that they have to start a business, and it could be just them, or it could be a husband and wife team, or just a small staff, to get through the day to try to bring something unique to our area, to our customers, I think is very important to have that into our county.
I also wanted to ask you a little bit for maybe our listeners that aren't as familiar with the Chamber of Commerce and what they do. Could you describe the Jefferson County Chamber a little bit? Tell us what your mission is and what drives you guys to succeed.
I can. We have close to 400 chamber members, and there are nonprofits, they are for-profits, they are individuals, they're bigger businesses, they are small businesses, and we cater to everybody. Our purpose is to have them network, to bring businesses together. Our mission statement actually is the Chamber is a for-purpose organization that promotes profitable and vital growth for its business members through dedicated collaboration, networking, marketing, membership events, and education. We try to work strongly with the education system because we feel that they are our future business people. And we would like for them to be able to stay in the county, start their own business, or to work for a business. So we try our hardest to try to work with the school systems to bring the businesses and the schools together.
Yeah, a couple of things that I absolutely love about that is a for-purpose institution. I think that's wonderful.
I did some schooling, and when you say it, you're a nonprofit, which, we are a nonprofit 501c6, but that's kind of like a negative perspective, but we are a for-purpose because we do have a purpose with our business. So that's why we say we're a for-purpose.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I really like is that you touched on is the education part of it.
Yes.
The future generation is so important, and always helping folks learn is something that that the Development Authority likes to get behind and help promote as well, which is part of the reason that Jumpstart is not just a standalone pitch contest, but that there is those educational sessions before the contest so that the folks that participate in this get that firsthand knowledge of how to write a business plan, what small business is, what entrepreneurship is, how and some of the legality and money behind of it. How should I structure my business? How should I keep track of my funds, and then how do I market myself? How do I make sure that I've got customers here? And that's that's the whole point. We wanted to get that information out there to help folks get right there along with it. And then this 1-year membership in the chamber is absolutely wonderful and helps continue to drive all those points home as they attend these chamber events and learn what's available and meet new people.
Well, I think it's a great event. I'm very excited for you all. I'm very excited for the Chamber to be part of this. Hopefully it will be an annual event, but I know just to get the first one off the ground will be the first task. But I do think this is a great event, and I'm very happy that you're doing it.
Well, thank you, and we certainly appreciate the partnership and opportunity that we've got to work with the Chamber now, and we hope to continue to see that through in the future and hopefully work on some more fun and exciting endeavors in the future.
Yes, sounds good.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for joining us here today. And
thank you.
And we appreciate having you. And
the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the Where Business Feels at Home podcast or the Jefferson County Development Authority. Material and information presented here is for general information purposes only.